welcome to Edunews, your number one choice for news and education. We are coming to you from our studio here in East Legon. I'm Ruth Bazain. In the headlines, Ghana National Association of Teachers (NAT) declares strike in 6 regions. Teachers and students awarded at Education Community EDUCOM Awards 2019. On the international front, UK to ban the use of watches in examinations. These and many more coming up shortly. Do stay tuned. Now to our very first story, the Ghana National Association of Teachers (NAT) has joined Teacher Group National Association of Graduate Teachers (NAGRAT) in a strike action against what they describe as unfavorable working conditions. NAGRAT declared a nationwide strike over the newly introduced Human Resource Management Information Systems acquired by the Public Services Commission, unpaid allowances, and delayed promotions, among others. In a press statement, 6 out of the 10 regional branches of NAT say they are embarking on the industrial action following the inability of their employer, the Ghana Education Service, to resolve the many challenges confronting its members. NAT says it's been overwhelmed with calls and agitations from its members across the regions for the strike action, and the association is no longer able to control them. Moving on, the Ghana Education Service (GES) says it has successfully placed more than 350,000 qualified candidates who sat for the 2019 Basic Education Certificate examination to 721 public and private senior high schools across the country. According to a staff at the Public Relations Department of the Ghana Education Service, David Banamini, the figure represents 74% of qualified candidates who were due for placement for the 2019-2020 academic year. Mr. Banamini stated that candidates placed under the Green Track system are expected to report to their school of placement from the 15th of September, whilst those on the Gold Track are due for school on the 7th of November 2019. And moving away from strike actions, the 5th edition of Global Super Teachers Conference, a professional development event for teachers organized by Nugenics Education Group, has been held successfully in Accra. A fully packed grand opening comprising of an education technology exhibition and a global panel perspective discussion on the theme, Bridging the Gap in Education, recorded up to 1,000 participants. The conference continued for a week at the International Training Center in East Legon with 20 sessions for teachers, school leaders, and parents. Some of the participants shared their experiences on the impact of the sessions.
Tina Kito.
From which school, please?
Liberty American School.
Did you have any expectations before you came in here today?
Yes, I wanted to be able to manage my department well, and he gave us some really good points to implement when we go back.
Can you tell me just one?
Well, how important it is to give feedback, positive feedback to your teachers and to give them a way to implement ideas in their planning.
What you learned from the class that you just ended?
There's a shift in my view of how children play, wherever they're playing, and it's critical to know that even though I knew play was important for kids, but this is more detailed and makes me understand and appreciate the need for play.
I will urge every teacher, so far as you have the passion for teaching, I'll urge every teacher to come for this training, and I think he or she will never regret after the training section.
DSTC, get informed, go perform. You just heard some participants at the Global Super Teachers Conference 2019 breakout sessions in Accra. The Education Community EDUCOM Awards climaxed the conference at the Holiday Inn Hotel in Accra. The purpose of the awards is to recognize the efforts of teachers, schools, students, and organizations in the education space. In her keynote address, Dr. Mary Eshun, principal of Ghana International School GIS, encouraged teachers to continue in their good work. 12 award winners made up of teachers, schools, students, NGOs, and organizations were appreciated and acknowledged. watching Edunews on School World TV. I'll be right back with international news. Do stay tuned.
This is School World TV, your power to learn, teach, and lead.
On the international front, in the UK, an inquiry into the extent of malpractice in exams taken by people says all watches should be banned from exam halls to discourage cheating. Smartwatches connected to the internet are already banned from use by students taking public exams, but the review commissioned by Exam Board says it is becoming difficult to distinguish between high-tech and traditional watches. The Independent Commission on Examination Malpractice, set up by exam boards to investigate the prevalence of cheating in public exams in England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, says in the overall, there is very low level of malpractice, but ones of increasing sophistication of internet-enabled devices which could be used unfairly in exams such as A-levels. That's all for Edunews today, but before we go, a recap of our headlines. Ghana National Association of Teachers (NAT) declares strike in 6 regions. Teachers and students awarded at Education Community Awards 2019. On the international front, UK to ban the use of watches during examinations. I'm Ruth Bazin. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for watching School World TV, brought to you by Neogenics Education Group.